Happy new moon in Gemini. Today we're going to be pulling some cards using my new moon in Gemini tarot spread. And you'll have the option of picking one of three cards for each of these. So I'm going to pull three cards for each question. You can decide which one resonates. Okay, so our first question is, what new cycle is beginning for me? So let's pull out three cards. Think about which one calls to you and make your selection. Okay, if you picked the first card, the cycle that's beginning for you is the Lovers reversed. So maybe saying an end to a relationship, saying goodbye, ending a partnership, or just thinking about a different perspective and a new way to look at a current partnership. If you pick the second card, the cycle that's beginning for you is the Seven of Cups. You have some decisions to make around what's next, and it might feel a little overwhelming, but just keep in mind that with clarity and careful thought, you can make the best choice. If you picked the third card, the cycle that's beginning for you is the Ten of Pentacles. Some new prosperity is coming into your life and the opportunity to reflect on all the gifts and blessings that you've been given. All right, so let's take a look at our next card. Where am I being asked to be more flexible and adaptable? So you can choose any of these three. Doesn't have to be from the same pile that you chose the first one. Where am I being asked to be more flexible and adaptable? So if you picked the first one, it's the Two of Wands, where you're starting on your journey. So maybe be a little bit more flexible in your planning as you make those first steps toward beginning and setting off. Don't be so sure that you know what's coming next. Give it some thought, but also be open to unknown experiences that might come. If you pick the second one, you're being asked to be more flexible and adaptable with this Ace of Swords, with those ideas and thoughts that come into your head. So instead of discounting a new idea right away and saying, no, this is definitely not something I can do, allow yourself to think about the possibility of maybe this is an okay risk to take. If you picked the last card, being more flexible and adaptable with maybe the way you're dealing with some kind of loss or defeat. With the Five of Swords, we have one person who's winning and one person who is stepping away, sadly. So have some reframing around whatever has not worked out in your favor and think about what you might be able to do to make the best of the situation. All right, our next question, how can I find stability while things are shifting and changing? So take a look at these three. Which one calls to you? How can you find stability when things are shifting and changing? So with this card, we have Judgment reversed. So in Judgment, we have a person ascending, kind of being called and rising up from maybe the earthly realm into the next one. And this is reversed. So this idea of a light shining on something in your life, this awakening that's coming right now, is not the most comfortable feeling. And it might be causing things to shake up just a little bit. So find some stability, find a way to flip that over and get more comfortable with the idea that you've had this new idea, this new source of enlightenment, this light bulb moment, and that's okay. There's going to be a way to work with whatever has come to light. If you pick the middle card, how can you find stability while things are shifting and changing? Well, if there is some pain and some opportunity for healing in your life, seeing this Three of Swords reversed, I think of this as the sword sliding out of the heart and allowing it to heal. So do some healing work to allow that stability to come into your life. And don't be afraid to sit with those feelings and those emotions and allow them to come out. I see this young person in the grass crying. Maybe this is your inner child who is still suffering. Stability may come by giving them a hug and offering them some attention. And our last card here is the Magician. So finding stability through the balancing of the elements, bringing all of those different resources together in perfect harmony. We've got the ideas, the resources, the creativity, and the emotions all coming together into a perfect flow. Okay, and our last question that we're looking at here is, what do I need to communicate to myself or others? So in this time of shifts and change, what do you need to tell yourself? Or what do you need to tell someone else? So think about which card resonates for you. And let's see. If you chose the first one, we have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Wands. So in this case, this being reversed, communicate to yourself that you have leadership potential and that you have the creative power to be that strong role model in your life and in other people's lives. So if this is a communication to yourself, allow yourself to feel that strength and stability. If it's a communication to others, just really stand your ground and let them know you have what it takes. And I did say Queen of Wands, but I think this might be the King. It's a little hard to tell on this deck. This is the Triple Goddess Tarot, and it doesn't have words, just symbols. So this might be the King of Wands and not the Queen of Wands. If you picked the middle card, you need to communicate to yourself through your intuition. And with the High Priestess card here, it's reminding you to listen inward and to find that calm place and that calm voice inside that will allow whatever message needs to come out to be more clear. So maybe communicating to others that you need some space right now and some time out to just really think things clearly in a quiet environment, kind of get rid of the noise. So maybe putting up some boundaries, giving yourself that time out. And if you picked the last card, you're communicating that, and here we have the beautiful version of this card. This is card 8. So let me think for a second, what is card 8 in here? Strength. So this is one that has been kind of reimagined in this deck. It's a little bit different than we would normally see strength, but I love the depiction of the woman as the healer. And in this book, in the guidebook, this card is renamed the healer. So seeing this reverse just communicates that you are in a place of healing, that it's maybe not easy. We see this card reversed. So it might be a challenging time of needing to get that healing from others or provide it to yourself. But the light that's streaming in from above is creating that sense of support and illumination during this time. Thank you so much for listening to this new moon in Gemini reading, and I hope you have a blessed and wonderful new moon.